Wow.
So,
We've had quite a day.
yeah.
And
Since like last night, actually, we were up in the middle of the night because we heard our guineas, actually, our alarm system went off. And we looked in and around all of the pens, but we actually didn't go in the duck pen. We just kind of looked around at it and everything seemed fine.
with a light.
Yeah. And come to find out everything was not fine.
So this morning when I was doing animal chores, bringing food and water to everybody, I found a massacre. Wow, okay, that's a little extreme. It was one duck, but it was really intense and it was an upsetting thing to discover. And there was a lot of blood and feathers, and then I found inside of their little duck house, a brutally messed up dead duck, and had been eaten. All their heads have been eaten, and guts and insides and stuff. So yeah, so I went and got Samantha, and we did some investigating. Didn't really, we didn't really know exactly what had happened.
Well, we kind of figured out more. So
Yeah,
like, there's not very many ways you can get into the pen, and it's very secure. I did check around for any tracks or any like digging under the fencing or the little shanty, and there was no signs at all. So that indicated that it was, a bird prey. So either a hawk or an owl or something along those lines.
we kind of thought maybe a hawk originally.
Yeah, because we've had hawk attacks before. Not many, luckily, but like one other time last year that had happened. But so tonight it got a little more wild, and then we decided, we were like, well, we should close them into their shanty because, that's...
Wait, we also, when we were doing firewood,
Oh, yeah.
we were walking out into the forest and we both saw like a big flash of brownish wings, and we're like,
so the
that looked like an owl.
the sleds are really loud on the snow, and so we were heading back to get another load of wood, or the first load, I can't quite remember.
It was the first load because it was still light out.
Yeah, and it's like really loud on the like icy snow, so we like had startled an owl or a giant bird, and it was huge wingspan. And so we were like, wow, what if that was, the thing that's like coming back. I also found a mess of like rabbit fur the day before yesterday, and that bothered me a lot, because even though the rabbits are honestly a problem on the property, and I need to give them away or get rid of some of them, they're still like really beautiful, precious creatures. So the fact that one got like attacked in the night and died.
Well, we never found anything too. We just found the tufts of fur.
Yeah, it was a lot though.
Anyway, so tonight we did some extra things on the duck house and everything, but then we were just hanging out in bed, having a snack, and I kept hearing the ducks.
She was hanging out in bed having a snack.
Whatever.
I was hanging out with our dogs, giving them a brush.
Giving them a bath.
Yeah, our dogs actually, side note, they can't take a bath or they'll freak out. Like, you cannot get these dogs to take a bath. So you have to like put on a pair of shorts and take a shower with them. And then they'll like they're like so calm if you take a shower with them, and it's so silly. So that's what I was doing. I was taking a shower with our dogs. It was really silly.
Anyway, I heard the ducks go off, and I went out once with a light to the window, and they're close enough where we can see from the window. And they were all they had come out of their house. They were all on one side of the pen. And so
So she sent me out to close them into the coop. And I did. I went out and I closed them in, and I had just like We had done some repairs on it earlier, so I just used a pallet and put it in front of their entrance.
Like little doorway.
Yeah, and it's a pallet that's close enough to gather the boards that I thought they couldn't get out. But I guess when I put it there, there was kind of a small slit where they could get in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So then, after I did that, we came back inside. I got in bed, and then we heard them go off again. And so
we both like leapt out of bed, grabbed our lights, and she runs to a bedroom down the hall to look out the window, and
it was crazy. So they're out on the other side of the pen, and I saw the biggest owl I've ever seen. But it's not like I saw this owl like off flying or like up in a tree. This owl was harassing the ducks and was right on the outside of their pen. And he's a smart owl, so he like...
Well, he ate one of them last night.
I know. So one side of... There used to be 2 entrances. We closed one off tonight, and then I put the pallet in front of the other one. So he was at like the old entrance where he like had killed one the night before and was scaring them out of their house. So then they'd be out in the open so he could like pick them off. So he was like on the ground outside of their pen doing who knows what, but it was scaring them. And so they like broke out of the pallet door and were all terrified. And yeah, so then I had to go back out and we like ran out and it was wild.
Yeah, so they're really completely secured in. We had to sort of like herd them in a few times, which they're like this funny little pack. And so
sorry, my dog is being silly over there. I don't know what she's saying.
Yeah.
She was digging out our clothes to lay on.
Great.
Our dirty clothes pile. Cool, Azalea. Cool.
Anyway, but the owl, at least we figured out what it was and potentially scared it off. We kind of did a lot of like tromping around with lights out there too, and finally got them in and completely closed up and boarded every little tiny little spot. So
yeah, so hopefully they're good and safe. And also we're in the process of finishing this really nice building for all of our chickens and our ducks, so that we can...
doors.
Yeah, and 2 sets of doors. So a door for us and a door for them. So we can close them in every night. It's like so much safer. A lot of these structures, a lot of our animals are all rescue animals. And so as we like got more animals too, they like, we just like would whip up a little shanty for them and be like, here you go. And so now I'm really excited to give them even better structures that are really safe and secure. And that's one of my, like, I'm very eager and excited about that over the next few weeks and coming into the next season. And as we get more animals, it's a huge priority to keep them safe and feeling comfortable, because I don't want anyone or anything to feel terrified of some predator like that. So it's a learning lesson and a work in progress, but it's getting better all the time. I do feel for the duck that we lost last night. He was actually, was it a girl duck or a boy duck?
I think it was a girl, because it was the one that's like not with the darker neck.
Right.
The gray and white one. One of the gray and white ones.
She had the cutest little curly Q on her tail. And yeah, she was a cutie pie.
Yeah.
But
anyway, learning things all the time as we go.